The Strangers Chapter 2 is the brand new movie that just hit theaters this past Friday. The film is a sequel to last year's The Strangers Chapter 1 and is a part of a trilogy that they shot back to back to back. Once again, back in the leading role is Madeline Pesh as Maya, who is, after the first film, the only survivor ever of the Strangers' killings. And she is on the run again as strangers continue to go after her. She's becoming kind of a myth, a legend in this area, as everyone is wondering how is she the only survivor. She thinks she's meeting friends, but she might be also meeting some very dangerous people in the area. The film is an hour and 38 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dindenberg. If you're new, guys, to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, out of theater reactions, box office breakdown shows. So please subscribe and ring that bell so notify when my videos hit the channel. Please comment down below. What are your thoughts on Strangers Chapter 2? If you liked it, tell me why did you like it? Did you like it more than the first film? If you did not like it, are you done? Are you not even going to check out the third film? Love to hear your thoughts on this franchise as a whole in the comment section down below. And also, guys, please hit the thumbs up button. So going in, I was not excited. I absolutely despised the first film, which came out last year. Didn't like the trailers for part two. And I feel kind of the exact same way I feel from last year to this year. Last year, part one was in my bottom 10 of the year. And I think I can easily say now part two will also be in my bottom 10 of the year. And this is a movie that, again, when you go out and set to make a trilogy of movies, especially when you're shooting it back to back to back, you feel like this franchise, the writers, the director, they have a clear, concise plan on a story level how to get to each movie. But this, to me, feels like a boring waste of time where it feels like they had a story for maybe one movie, at the most two films, and whoever had the idea to let's just stretch it out to a trilogy. There's just literally at no story going on in this film. This is just chase scene after chase scene after chase scene. There's never really time where we settle down with Maya. The story that they're at least trying to accomplish in this movie is give you a little bit more background on the strangers themselves. And as someone who has never been a big fan of this franchise, the one thing that's interesting about the franchise is you're not supposed to know anything about the strangers. They open up with every movie saying these are the amount of home break-ins that happen every year. This is the amount of people that have been killed or broken into a house as you're watching the movie. All of these things. The whole mystery is you have no idea who the strangers are, what they're doing it for. The whole relatability of the movie is feeling unsafe in your own home because the fact that it can happen at any point in your life, that someone will break into your house and do something crazy. And that's the mystique of the movies, not knowing who the strangers are, but focusing on the human beings who are the victims of a home invasion, basically. But this movie has really no home invasion in it. It's just Maya in a hospital, Maya in the woods, Maya in a house. They're just putting her in all these different situations because the whole last movie was the home invasion of the story of the strangers. But here is just her on the run, settles down for a hot second, on the run, on fighting people, stops, then on a run again. And they're trying to give backstory on the villains. And I'm sorry, but I don't care. And it's the story that none of us want. Even like me, who doesn't care about this franchise that much, the last thing I want is backstory on the strangers. They're answering questions that no one is asking. And they just didn't do a good enough job establishing Maya in the first movie to not add anything to her character in this movie. She is just girl in distress the entire film. In the early parts, you kind of get the fact that she's missing her husband who dies at the end of the first film. But outside of like the opening 5 minutes where they kind of give you a little recap on the first film, they don't really bring up her husband very much. She has very minimal dialogue, and I feel like if you want to continue the story, you can't just not give the lead character any character progression. Where she ends in the first film does not change where she really ends off in this film. And again, the scares are very obvious. They do some of the most repetitive jump scares during this movie, where one scene she runs into a hospital room and she's hiding, and the strangers are ripping apart areas in the room to see where she is. They do that like three different sequences in the film. And for a film that is rated R, and this franchise is supposed to be very gory with the kills, it feels like every time someone's about to die in this movie, they just cut away. And the least this franchise and this trilogy can offer you is fun, over the top, gory kills. But this film does have kills, but the sad part is you don't get to see really any of it. And I found this movie to be more boring than interesting. It couldn't be less scary. And as I said, all I think I want moving forward is just good kill scenes. But you hear what's going on, but again, it's rated R. Show us what's going on in these kill scenes. This just feels like a safe PG-13 movie, even though it's rated R and it's all about these kill scenes. So overall, this is a movie that I want to forget quickly. Again, if you care about part three, you get the trailer for the third part of this trilogy in the mid-credit scene, which is a 1-minute basic teaser trailer for the next film. But boy, could I not be less excited to check out Strangers Chapter 3. So overall, I'm giving Strangers Chapter 2 a 0.5. I hate to be that negative on a movie, but I am. I'm going 13% for Strangers Chapter 2. One of the worst ones, for me at least, I've seen in 2025. What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.